I'll never forget. We got her hormones right. I'm sitting on my computer. I'm filling prescriptions. And she gives me a call. And she says to me, "Rudy." I said, "Yes." She goes, "It's Brum." I can't tell you what her name is. And she goes, "There's life down there." And she goes, 41 years. Now, remember I put you in a place of a 22-year-old? Now I'm going to put you in a place of a 41-year-old woman. How many of you can fit into that place right now? Okay? 41 years old, 3 marriages, never was able to have an orgasm. Never. Until we got our hormones right. She came back to me and said, "Is it possible that I had hormonal problems all my life and nobody ever diagnosed it?" Yes, it is. Is it possible that I had hormonal problems when I was younger? Yes, it is. Which gets me into irregular menstruation. Irregular menstruation is a big pet peeve of mine. I have 4 girls, which I'll introduce to you later, okay? 4 young girls. And because of the McDonald's, because of all the other things that are out there, they will develop in a strange way. Because of the chemicals that are out there, they will develop in a strange way. And a lot of the young girls now go to the doctor and complain about irregular menstruation. And what do the conventional doctors do? Here's a birth control pill. I ask you today, if I said to you at 15, 16, I give my daughter a driver's license, what does that allow her to do? Drive a car. Well, what are you giving our children when we give them a birth control pill? Don't do it. She's probably low progesterone, okay? Which, by the way, she'll be told actually encourages fertility, okay? People that are young have no business in doing the act because they're mentally not able to follow the consequences, okay? Let's help them. Let's help them by getting the hormones right for them, for all of those young people that need problems. So if you go out today, see, you thought you were coming in today to learn about it so that you could learn for yourself. And I look at, the 100 people that are here and I say, I've got 100 people that I'm going to send out into the world today that they're going to start looking at other people and saying, aha, low estrogen, aha, low progesterone, aha. That's what this person needs. You see somebody that's really irritable and say, that person definitely needs some progesterone, okay? You're going to see it. I mean, some people are going to say, oh, I wish I had a big vat. You can pick them up by the pigtails, put them right in, take them out. Okay, go on your way. No. Let's move on. I talked about this, issues for men. I'm sorry I did it out of sync. This affects not only the sex drive, but also the energy levels, metabolism, and the weight gain. To the ladies here, if you go up and you say to your husband, honey, I want you to have your testosterone checked, he's going to say, what? Me? I'm just like I was when I was 19, okay? Let me tell you something. This is the truth. I hope you look at this and you say, it's got to be the truth, okay? Women will start talking about their hormones as soon in high school. You'll see it. There's one person that's having painful menstruation. So she's sitting in the back like this, and there's another one running center for her. She goes, you want to talk to her? You can't talk to her. You got to talk to me. And she's like covering for her, okay? She's covering for her. She goes, and they know. You see, they talk about it all the time. I guarantee you there's not one man here that today at the water cooler said, Joe, my erection isn't what it used to be 20 years ago. Okay? I guarantee it. It doesn't happen. We don't talk about it. Men don't talk about it. As far as men are concerned, okay, we're always 19. Okay? And you know what? My wife thinks I'm 19. My wife's like, well, you're not anymore. Okay? That's what I was talking about, is I want you guys to laugh a little. We're going to laugh a little bit today. We're going to cry a little bit today. But by the time you get out of here, you're going to have some type of an education of what's going on in your body. Here we go. This is the circadian rhythm of testosterone in a man. If you look between the hours of 11 and 4, it's when it's the highest. Okay? Subsequently, when a man is younger, he wakes up with an erection. Okay? If you also look at it, at 2:30, it's when it's the lowest. Well, now, wait a minute. 2:30 is low. Well, what happens when a guy's in his 50s or in his 60s? Some guys in their 30s and 40s. Okay? What happens around 2:30? Siesta time. Okay? Or they're running for the cup of coffee. Or they're running for the donut. Or they're doing something, cigarette, anything, to be able to get them going because their energy level's in the tank. Why? because that's what happens. As we start to lose more and more of our testosterone, the circadian rhythm is still there, it's just at a lower level. So you reach that maybe a little bit goes up during the middle of the night. So what happens to the erection that happened in the morning when you were younger? It's gone. Okay? When your testosterone is low. It's gone. It's gone. Bye-bye. Okay? Now, let's put you in a 65-year-old man's body. What happens to the 65-year-old man when all of a sudden his testosterone's back, his zest for life is back, and he wakes up that morning with an erection? I'll tell you right now, he can shoot the lousiest golf game he did that day. He can do the worst he can do. But as far as he's concerned, it was a good day. Okay? It was a good day. You know why? Not because of any sexuality of it. Because he looks at himself and he says, I'm not dead yet. Okay? I'm not dead yet. I still have some life inside me. And that's important. Because if we can bring that back to people, that would make a huge difference in their lives. This is what happens with hormonal decline. In women, there's a constant fluctuation and a decrease, and then all of a sudden you're into menopause and there's a drop, okay? In men, there's a constant, or I should say a constant, steady decrease, but it's linear, and it goes all the way down. Men can benefit from restoring hormones to a normal level when they experience decreased sexual drive or activity, difficulty in achieving or sustaining an erection, weight gain or difficulty losing weight, decreased strength and muscle size, persistent fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and mood fluctuations. These are just some of the symptoms, not all of them, but it make a big difference when you get those symptoms gone. In a marriage as well as, okay, for the person himself. You see, I'll tell you a lot of the little stories from the patients that have come our way, and hopefully you'll be able to connect with them and say, you know, yeah, that sounds right, or yeah, that's me, okay? I had one couple that came in and they were in their early 30s, maybe late 20s. And they walked in, and she was a wreck. She had gone through a hysterectomy very early, and no one could get her hormones right. And he was just fit to be tied. He didn't sign up for this. You know, like Jan was talking about her husband. He didn't sign up for this. That's not the woman that I got married to. I don't know what I'm doing here. But now I have children, and I have kids, and what am I going to do? And the kids looked very uncared for. Well, we got our hormones right. As we got our hormones right, she came back to us and told us a little story. I'm going to share this story with you today. It seems that they had this screen door off of their trailer that had all holes in it, and it was all beat up. Okay? And every day the man would walk out of there and slam the door one way and slam the door another way because he was unhappy with his life. Well, we got our hormones straightened out. So she started doing more work around the house. He then said, well, she's doing more work, I should do more work. Okay, with a strange attitude that men have, that think that we have to do whatever they do. If they don't do it, I'm going to do it. Okay, he should have been picking up after them. I won't give him it. Anyway, he starts doing more things around the house. She starts doing more things around the house. Before you know it, they start having sex again. They start taking care of the children again. He fixed the screen door. And he came back to me and he said, you know, I looked at that screen door for 2 years. And it was all these holes in it, and I didn't realize it stood there as a testament to how lousy my marriage was. And now that I fixed it, I look at it and I say, it stands there as a testament on how good my marriage is. And we just wanted to share that with you, Rudy, because you helped that happen. And I looked at that and I said, you know, can I use that story in my seminars? And they said, yeah, go ahead. Because I know that there's a lot of people out there that are looking at me and saying, my screen door has more holes than they do. Okay, help me fix it. And we can, and it takes effort on your part, but we can help you. Issues for women. Hormones affect women in a more dramatic way during menopause and perimenopause. Here we go. Let's say that that's the normal range, and P stands for progesterone, E stands for estrogen, T stands for testosterone. When a person is in perimenopause, all of their hormones drop. But if you notice, estrogen is higher. Do you know why? Because when the body asks for that estrogen to be made, okay, the ovary will make the same amount of estrogen, corresponding amount to progesterone, but the body still wants more estrogen. Is there any other system out there that can make more estrogen? Yes, the fat cells. So the fat cells now start making estrogen. And how do they do it? By stealing your testosterone. And as they steal your testosterone, what happens to your libido? It goes right down the tank. Okay? And here's the great news, ladies. Estrogen makes more fat cells, which makes more estrogen, which makes more fat cells. You see a pattern happening here, which makes more. And that's another reason why, when you were younger, you could eat whatever you wanted. And now you look down the Twinkie aisle and boop, these things start happening. And you fight and you fight and you fight and you can't lose the weight. Okay? Hormones. What is perimenopause? Here's another great news for you. It can last up to 10 years. Hormones begin to be out of balance. Irregular cycles, emotional, mood swings. Ovaries begin to stop producing eggs. 1 month, you hit a pocket where there's one egg that's making a lot of hormones and you feel like you're 20 again. Another month, you've hit a pocket of eggs, and guess what? You feel like you're 84 years old. Okay? Brings up another question. How young is our youngest patient? 11. How old is our oldest patient? 84. And that's why I said 84. Okay? Is there a time that you shouldn't be on hormones? If you need them, like air, like water, like food, you need to be supplemented. If you can get your body to kick it up a notch and start making it on its own, especially for